Hey guys, and welcome to another First Impressions video, the video game series in which we look at a recently released game and I give you my first thoughts and impressions on it. Today we're looking at Songs of Conquest, which is a real-time strategy game with a difference. The combat is much more active and there is an interesting way that the maps work. It gives me very early Command & Conquer vibes with the map and the way that you discover it and the way that you go on an adventure, but the combat is much more active than a real-time strategy game. It's got some fun mechanics and some interesting graphics, and the music and the overall style of the game is very, very good. I have rather enjoyed my time on it, although what I will say is the game is very unforgiving and you can die very quickly and very early on in the game. I also want to note that I'm not a fan of the fact that you've got these options here, the single, multiplayer, etc. And then the actual options is down here. It's quite difficult to find, and in my opinion, they could very easily put tutorials, credits, options, and quit in the same font just underneath here to make it easy to find. I actually didn't think there was options until I took a really good look at the screen after about 10 minutes of being very confused. That being said though, as always, we'll look at the options first and then we'll jump into the game and see what it's all about. I will try and show you the map design and then show you some combat as well after starting a brand new game, because I lost the first one rather quickly. So let's not waste any more time, let's jump straight into those options. Alright, there is a lot of gameplay options here and I'm not surprised with the type of game it is. You have the ability to customize literally everything in game to really make the experience your own, and it's really, really nice to see. You have language, you can auto hide the battle log, you can have different damage and blood and things showing, subtitles on or off. If I had one criticism, it's that the subtitles don't stand out quite as well. It would be nice if they kept this very nice sharp font throughout the entire thing, but it kind of goes pixelated as well as the graphics go pixelated. And I'm not a huge fan of that, but it's nice that subtitles are there. You can see the movement range. You can show the last battle kill in slow motion if you want, which is like a little animation. Camera, auto zoom. You've got so many options here, which is really, really nice to see. Your video options, again, there's not a huge amount here, but then there doesn't really need to be. The graphics are, 8-bit or 16-bit style, very pixelated. It's a top-down game as well. It doesn't need a huge amount of graphic fidelity. So you've got your resolution, full screen, VSync. Interestingly enough, it started the AI frame rate at 30, which I thought was a bit odd. Graphics quality, terrain quality, bloom and depth of field. Your sounds aren't too bad, but it does start you at 100%, so bear that in mind. It might blow your eardrums out just a little bit. Your controls, unsurprisingly, use your mouse, so there's not a huge amount here. And then your map editor. I'm very interested to see what the community do with the maps. I've not looked at any custom maps just yet, but I'm very, very interested to find what they have. So there you are. Those are the options. Very, very impressive. Very, very big collection. Let's see what the game's like, shall we? Alright, so you have a number of different modes that you can choose from. You can obviously choose from the edited maps, or you can start a new campaign. Now you can go for a skirmish, custom campaign, or one of these two story modes here. You've got From the Ashes and you've got the Song of the Stout Heart. Each of them progress the game in a different way and present you with a number of different challenges and different spells. And I love the fact that there is so much thought put into the story of this and the way that they're displayed with their banners and stuff. And then your custom campaigns, which, again, there is a big community feel with this game, and I'm really, really excited to see what the community comes up with. We'll start with Start the Ashes, but I feel that this needed to be sort of said and praised because I love it when games give you these sorts of options. Alright, we are in the game. Now, as you can see, the world is very pretty. There's a lot of detail, even though they've gone with the pixel art style. And you can move around the world and you have to obviously like walk in and around the area to uncover it and see what you've got. You have a number of different resources in the top right hand corner that you can collect whilst going through, and here it shows you the army that you are amassing. You have a number of different experience that you can get and a wonderful sort of exploratory sort of way around. What's really cool is that you can see how far you can move with the little symbol next to the cursor, which will show where you can and cannot go. We're going to move here and we're going to attack this Barian merchant so I can show you the combat. Now, annoyingly, you do have to select where you want to go and then double click. You can't just single click and move where you want. In some ways, this is a bit frustrating and slows the gameplay down, but in others, it allows you to really think about what you're doing and whether you want to actually go in that direction or not. There are, annoyingly, it seems like it's on a specific path. Like, there isn't really many ways that you can go outside of the pathing that you are allowed to. But we're going to go here and we're going to get through all of the text and then we're going to attack him. There is a lot of text with this game, and it would be nice if there was maybe a little bit of voiceover, but can't be helped that there isn't. So again, I hope that you enjoy reading, and like I said in the introduction, it would be nice if the text was actually more like this when you're reading, just to give it a bit of an easier time. If you're hard of sight, whatever, you might not enjoy all of the text in this game because it's not the easiest to read, it's not the largest, and it's not the clearest. Now, when you go into the battle screen, you can see units and move them around the board as you see fit before you start. The more units you've got, the more customization and playtime you're going to have. And then on here, you can see how many units the enemy has. Now, they've only got 2, but we don't know what they are. And we don't know how strong they're going to be. And then you can withdraw, manual battle, or quick battle. So if you think they're going to have a lot of enemies and they're going to be quite tough, you can just withdraw with no penalty. If you quick battle, there is a chance that you will just automatically lose regardless of whether you think you can defeat them or not. In the top right hand corner, it will tell you whether they are easy or hard to beat. So we're going to manual battle it because I honestly don't trust quick battle. I tried quick battle before and just instant died straight away. Now, the cool thing about the battle is this is where it's a bit more active. It's more like XCOM at this point, with its real-time strategy over something like Command and Conquer. So as you can see, you've got a limit here of where you can move or not, and we're going to go over there. The animations are really cool, and I'm a big fan. I love the way that they sort of run around and jump and stuff, and then you've got big attacks and things. It gives me very much old Sega Mega Drive vibes, Golden Axe and games like that. It reminds me of those back in the day. Now, as you can see, we have mines and stuff that we can put down. The more of the essence that you gain in a battle, the more spells you'll be able to cast, and they're really going to be what takes us through. Now, these number under each of the characters shows you how many units there are. So instead of having big armies of like 17 and 15 units, you've just got the one that sort of like battles on behalf of all of your units that you've got, and you'll go through from there. So we're going to attack the big brute guy because we don't want him alive anymore. And as you can see, we're going to go in and hopefully kill him. And to keep us from dying, we're going to go with some spells. Now, what's a little bit annoying is that to move, you need to use your right mouse button, but to cast a spell, you need to use your left. And if you use your right button, you will actually cancel out that move. So you've got to bear that in mind when going for it. Now, as you've just seen, we've just got absolutely womper stomped and defeated. And if you lose all your troops, you lose the game. So it's very, very harsh on the player. It's very unforgiving. and there doesn't seem to be a difficulty setting. So bear that in mind when you go into a campaign. It is going to be very difficult and take a lot for you to sort of work out and work your way through. But I really like it. I like a game that's going to give you a challenge. I like a game that seems to be a little bit different, and depending on how you play and where the unit placements are and stuff, can really change the feel of the game. But let me know in those comments down below what you think, and I shall see you all next time. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Ciao, ciao.